Welcome back to Team Fish Nichols YouTube channel. As you can tell, if you look right here in the top right, you see a picture of me. We're playing around with the settings, and hopefully the quality of the screen looks better, and you can see me. I don't know if I like that yet or not, but we'll see. I'm just testing out right now, just goofing around with some stuff in Open Broadcast software, just trying to introduce new things. But today is Monday, and today is main deck Monday, and as you see, we're looking at a Flareon deck. Now, some people might say Flareon is a rogue deck, but Flareon's been around. This is its 30. It's going to be its third year going on. Dylan Bryan played 2 years ago at Worlds, making like top 16, top 32. I can't remember exactly where, or maybe top 8. He made it pretty far in Worlds with a Flareon deck, so that's why I don't think it's considered a rogue anymore. Some people might argue and say it's still rogue, but I mean, it's been winning a couple city championships. It's been heard about. It's done good at Worlds. I think it's earned its title as a main deck. It just might not be like tier 1. It might be like tier 2. I think right now it's tier 1. I think it's a really good deck. But let's go over it. First thing is Eevee. So Eevee has Energy Evolution. Also, you can see my mouse now. I figured out how to get my mouse now too. But Energy Evolution. When you attach basic energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may search for a deck that evolves from this Pokemon that is the same energy card and put onto this Pokemon. Well, the only energy color we are playing is grass. So if you slap a grass onto Eevee, you can search for one of these two Leafeons. I'll go over second or the difference between these two. That's kind of a good turn one. You can actually, like, if you go second, I mean, even if you go first, you can attach a grass energy turn 1 and energy evolution. It skips the turn 1 rule. But if you're going turn 2, you can be like grass energy and actually attack with a Leafeon turn 1 if you want to. If the price is right, you can do that. But let's go over some attackers. So your main attacker here is Flareon. So ignore Heat Tackle. That attack doesn't exist with this deck. But the main thing here is Vengeance. Vengeance does 20 plus 10 for each more damage for each. Oh, I read it wrong. Does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in the discard pile. Sorry, I was reading that wrong. But so basically, so it does base 20. But like, you have all these Pokemon, and for each Pokemon in the discard pile, it does 10. And then you have things like Silver Bengals have 30 more, which is base 50 now. So with that, you only need like 12 Pokemon in the discard to actually knock out anybody, which that seems kind of hard. But like, you have 3 Aldinos, 2 Dittos, a couple Eevees you can throw in there. If you need Squirtlix or Slurpuffs in there, trust me, the deck gets rolling, and you're going to be doing a lot of damage really fast. I promise. By turn 2, you're going to be swinging mostly a lot of knockouts. So Flareon, it seems kind of weak, but I promise it. Vengeance is going to do some vengeance work. Is that an airplane in the background? Looks like an airplane in the background. Just noticed that. Anyway, so let's go over the other attackers kinda in this deck. So first up is Leafeon. So both these Leafeons are kind of your Seismitoad counters, just because Seismitoad kind of hurts you a lot, just because you can't play your items, of course. And Seismitoad is weak to grass, but Leafeon, the Plasma one, so 20 times the amount of energy attached to all your opponent's Pokemon. So just not only the active, but all the opponents, like all the energies on the field. And then next up is Leaf Blade, 60 plus 20 if you flip heads. But if you get a Silver Ring on it, it does automatic 90. So if you can like turn, this is like where Leafeon's kind of good. If you go second, if you attach a grass to Eevee, slap a Silver Ring on it, you can do 180 turn 1 to a Seismitoad, and Seismitoad's like, what do I do now? You just hit me for 180. Like, how can I beat this? And he's resistance to water, so Seismitoad can only punch you for 10, maybe 30 damage, which is pretty nice, because now they hit to punch you like 3 times to knock you out. If they're playing lasers, maybe twice. But still, Leafeon can take a turn 1 knockout on Seismitoad. So watch out, Seismitoad. It could take you down too. Leafeon can take you down. And this Leafeon, if they do quick punch you, you can use. Sorry, scratch my eyeball. You can actually see that now. That's weird. Alright, so this Leafeon, for its first attack, you can do 30 damage, and the opponent's active is now asleep. So that way, Seismitoad can like stay asleep and kind of wait a turn if they don't have a way to switch. And that way, next turn you can use your items. But then next turn, if you attach a DCE to this Leafeon, you can do Magical Leaf, which flip heads. This attack does 30 more damage, and you heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. So that's pretty nice to heal 30. But if you flip heads, it does 160. But if you do 30 to turn 4, it kind of knocks it out if you flip heads. So I don't really like this Leafeon that much. But I mean, it's still useful. Just another way to attack around it. I think, just in case they play like, well, Silver Mirror, this Leafeon can't get around it. I think it's the big thing right here. If they do play Silver Mirror, that kind of helps you with it. But let's go over to like the support Pokemon. First up is Ditto. So this Ditto has the ability to transform. So basically, I don't want to read that much. If you have Ditto down for a turn, the next turn you can like slap an Eevee down and like automatically evolve to Flareon if Ditto's been around for a turn. The way I look at this is like basically you have 6 Eevees kind of ready to go, even though you don't have 6 total. Let's say like you don't have an Eevee turn 1, but you have a Ditto, you can attach a grass or something to it, and next turn you can Eevee Leafeon. Because it does, like when you do transform it into an Eevee, it does count as Eevee waiting a turn. So it's kind of good that way. Most of the time I'm just throwing Ditto in the discard. I don't think I said this, but this is my friend Justin Aaron's deck. He has second with it. If you watch one of our videos, he does one of cities with Don Fan, and he loves Flareon. So when people started doing good with Flareon, he kind of did his own version of it. So that's why I'm showcasing the deck today, because of Justin Aaron. So thanks to him. But like I said, Ditto's kind of just I guess a way to not just to kind of discard. And if you need to do the whole Eevee Flareon trick, it kind of saves you there. It kind of helps you have like a kind of a better chance to start with Ditto. I mean, like not chance, better start with Ditto. But if you have Ditto, you can start with Eevee kind of easier. If that makes any sense at all. It does in my head. Sorry about that. But next up, let's go to Audino. So I mean, you can attack with Audino if you want to. A hit bump does 30 damage, and the defending Pokemon tries to attack you. If they flip the coin, if tails, that attack does nothing, so you can hit bump and kind of stall if they flip tails. But Busybody's your kind of main thing here. Once during the turn before you pack, if this Pokemon is your hand, you may reveal it. If you do, heal 10 damage from your active Pokemon and remove a special condition. So if like Flareon's asleep, you're like, come on Flareon, so you like, come on Dino, you can use Audino to get Flareon. You kind of put him awake and heal 10. The 10 damage kind of matters sometimes, kind of messes up your opponent's math. Just healing 10 always kind of messes things up. But just getting the awake, like putting them awake or getting rid of poison helps, like really, it helps a lot. It doesn't seem like it will, but this deck doesn't play any switch cards, which seems kind of weird, but that's where Audino is coming into play as. You can kind of use it as your switch, kind of just because you can get rid of sleep and poison. But next up we have Swirlix and Slurpuff. This is kind of like a draw engine, or you can kind of discard them, whatever one you need to do. But once during turn before you attack, you may draw a card. If this Pokemon is active, you draw 1 more card. So if he's in your active spot, you kind of draw 2. If he's on your bench, you draw 1 per turn. Like I said, it just helps you draw into more cards when you need to. Execute. We haven't seen this guy. We haven't seen a lot of these cards, but we haven't seen Execute in a long time. But once for your turn, this Pokemon is just discard pile. You can put this card into your hand. Now this card is just helps with Ultra Ball, Computer Search, just weird things like that. I think that's the only 2 things you really use it for. Can't think of anything else in the deck that you really like propagate for. But just so you don't have to discard stuff you don't want to with Ultra Ball, if you execute the discard pile early, you're pretty set with that. Because you can just propagate, then use it with Ultra Ball to discard, execute, and something else. So basically you're like discarding one thing if you have stuff in your hand you don't want to discard. Next up, Jirachi. Basically you search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck afterwards. Now Deoxys is in here just to kind of boost the damage up by 10. Flareon and Leafeon are both Plasma Pokemon, so Deoxys kind of helps boost up the damage by 10. Oh, I just did a hair flip. I think, oh man, you guys think I need a haircut? But so it kind of like does 10 more damage with Leafeon and Flareon just to help out the math there, if need to, if you're missing like 1 crucial number. But most of the time I usually just discard a Battle Compressor. Now onto the main kind of the support, like main engine of this deck, Battle Compressor. You search your deck up to 3 cards and discard them. Now this is how you discard all your Pokemon really fast. We play 4 in here. By turn 1 you can discard 3 Audinos, 2 Dittos, and Execute. That's 6 Pokemon right there. If you get a 3rd one, you can discard some like Leafeons, maybe some Deoxys or something. So I mean, by turn 1 you can discard like 9 already, and then be like, your opponent will be like, oh my god, please slow down. But just kind of, that's your main engine right there, kind of put Pokemon discard that way. Next up, Bicycle. This kind of just helps you out because you play a lot of like get rid of cards. Like you usually like discard your hand really fast, and so Bite kind of helps it build it back up. So Bite, draw cards, you have 4 cards in your hand. So if you have like 2 in your hand, you can draw with 2 more with Bike. Or if you have like 3 in your hand with Bike, and then you played Bike, you have 2 in your hand, and then you draw 2. So that's kind of how Bicycle works. Computer search, we've seen this before. Just 2 cards in your hand, search your deck for a card, and put it in your hand. You don't have to show your opponent, just to help you consistency and draw more cards faster. Ultra Ball, just discard 2 cards from your hand, reveal a and search your deck for Pokemon, reveal it and put it in your hand. Just kind of get what a Pokemon you want. The deck display 3 Verse Seeker, which put a card in your discard pile into your hand. Just kind of help with consistency and getting cards you need back in your discard. From your discard pile into your hand. The deck display 2 Lysander, bring up a bench Pokemon up to the active spot. Now, the deck display 1 trump card, and people are like, that's kind of weird. The deck plays trump card. The whole point of this stuff is put the stuff in the discard pile, which I kind of agree with you, but there's kind of a reason why it's in here. If you have to discard all the DCEs kind of early, like if you get in a bad situation, you have to discard all the DCEs, or you discard too many Flareons, and you have Slurpuff in play, like 2 Slurpuffs, you can trump card, and then start tasting with Slurpuff to draw your cards back into your deck out fast. And once you have the Slurpuffs in play, you can deck out real fast. It doesn't seem like drawing 2 cards is that important, but I promise it really is. Like I said, it kind of just helps you if you discard DCEs and all your Flareons get knocked out or something. Like if you make a misplay discarding too many EVs or too many Pokemon, you can trump card it back in. So it's really nice that way. And of course, shove your hand to your deck and draw as many prize cards you have remaining. Next up is Juniper, discard your hand, draw 7. Now we played 2 Floatstone, and the main thing you want a Floatstone here is Slurpuffs, so that way you can send Slurpuff to active spot and draw 2 with tasting, and then kind of retreat for free, which is pretty nice. The deck display 2 Silver Bangles, just like I said, boost the damage up with Vengeance by 30 to hit base 50. And then the only energies we play is 4 DCE and 3 Grass. Of course, the only attackers here is Eevee and Flareon, so you can't attack with Slurpuff. I mean, you can attack with Eevee if you want to. Ditto doesn't have attack. You can hit bump. You can attack with Execute. You can attack with Jirachi. You can attack with Deoxys. So right here, these are the only Pokemon you can attack with. So that's the deck. Let's see it in action. Alright, let's see who we're playing against. We're playing against Nelson Fogoga. We're playing the same sleeves. Beta sleeves. We're beta partners. Of course, I want to go first. Thanks, Pokemon. So let's hear. Start Eevee. Alright. Kind of who I want to start with. We don't want to see a Landers here. If we see a Landers, it would be a bad situation. Oh, so we're playing against Donphan. I like playing against Donphan. I think it's kind of a weird matchup. But here, turn 1. Let's see here. What do we want to discard? I'm still trying to learn what I really want to discard with. I don't think we're going to use Leafeon that much. We're going to discard Leafeon. We'll discard the other Leafeon. And execute. I think it's a good turn 1 right there. Let's put a DC on this Eevee, and we'll end here. Alright, so we'll use Propagate. And we'll Ultra Ball. And execute at a Juniper. Put another Eevee down just in case he knocks me out. And then here, I'll just pass. Just into my turn. So right now, Vengeance will do 20, 30, 40, 50. So turn 1, 50, pretty nice. Now Donphan is going to be kind of hard, just because I have to Lysander up the fan feast, kind of get around it, which is kind of annoying. But Donphan kind of has a problem which on the Flareons too. So here, we're playing against a Flygon. I think we're playing against Flygon Dusknoir. That's what it seems like. So we see Scarecrow from our opponent, and it's in a Trapinch. The first letter, Trapinch does have 60. Alright, so that might be somewhat easy to knock out. Now we see that my opponent kind of ends his turn. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. What do we want to do? We can put the Floatstone here, and I'll Ultra Ball these 2 away to get a Flareon. So Flareon here. Question is, how much? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So actually we can knock out this Fanfy right here, which I think is a good play. So we're going to Battle Compressor. I'm going to discard those Dittos, because I really don't need those right now. So there's 1 Ditto, 2 Dittos, and I think the third card is going to do Deoxys. Like I said, I don't really like Deoxys that much. We'll Life Center up this Phanpy. Bite for 4. Get a Swirlix. Play another Battle Compressor. Discard some more Pokemon. We'll keep both the Slurpuffs in there. Keep the Flareon on there. Dino, because I don't think he plays any lasers or anything. Oop, not DC. Like I said, we'll get rid of Switch. And probably the other Audino seems good. Yeah, so we'll discard the other Audino. So how many are we swinging for now? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So right now we're swinging 120. We'll do it again. So turn 2 we're swinging 150. So we're going to discard these two. Don't really need those. Keep the Flareon. I'm going to discard an Eevee. We'll see if these two Flareons take me all the way. Oh, so we see a concession from my opponent. He's like, I'm not playing this deck anymore. So you kind of see turn 2 I was going to swing, I think 180. Is that what I think I did? Maybe 150. But it had a bingle there, so it would have been 180. So you can see Flareon turn 2 I was going to swing 180. And no matter what deck that was, like, that would have ruined their day. Like, they're like, oh man, what am I supposed to do with this Flareon swinging 180? And as soon as it knocks me out, I just attach another DC Evolve to Flareon. And I had another EV left, so at least I have 3. I had 3 more turns of attacking. So we'll play one more game, just because that one was kind of quick and you didn't really see the power of it. Hopefully we can play a new game. Alright. Alright, here goes round 2. We're playing against a Psychic, Steel, and Grass deck. So if it's Virizion and Genesect, we have a really good matchup against that. We might see another concession. Hopefully you like my face up here on the top right. I know I do. I think I'm beautiful. Alright, we're going to drop the Eevee down, and we'll drop the Ditto. Just in case, well, you can't knock me out turn 1. That's fine. I'm going first either way. Alright. So here, I'm going to Ultra Ball these two away. Don't really care for those cards. I'm going to get a Swirlix turn 1. Because I don't think he can knock out Eevee turn 1. Here we'll Battle Compressor. Let's discard some Pokemon. Where's Execute? First up, always Execute goes in there. Execute, where are you? I choose you. Alright, so Execute is either I discard him and didn't see that I discard him, and if I did, I'm sorry. But I don't think I discarded him. But there's 2 EVs. If this is a Virizion Genesect like I think it is, I'm not going to need Deoxys either because I can discard so many Pokemon so quick. So we're going to discard Deoxys too. And here we'll end. We put a Silver Ring here, Floatstone here, and we'll just end our turn. See how many Pokemon we have in here. It's me real dumb. Okay, so there's not Execute here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we got 5 Pokemon discard. So it looks like it is Virizion Genesect, and if that is the case, this is my opponent's worst nightmare. Oh, not Eevee. Eevee's not your worst nightmare. Oh, so we see an info opponent. Sorry, I can try to figure out everything out. So we see kind of a pass. Okay. Question here: can we get a what is called a Lysander DCE play? Here I'm gonna discard some more Pokemon. Don't need Ditto. I think I might need Jirachi. Don't need Audino. We'll just get rid of the other Deoxys. Alright, that seems good. We'll Bite from 1. That's not what we need. Oh, we got the Lysander, but we get the DC. Alright, we need a DC here. So we get some EVs down. Put a DC here. And we'll Vengeance for 110. And as soon as he sends the Virizion, it's going to get smacked for 220. So you kind of see that Virizion Genesect doesn't have a fun time with his deck. So we'll see a Deoxys, Genesect come down. Did I taste on last turn? Yeah. Here comes a Skyla. I imagine we see an Enhanced Hammer here. Just to try to slow me down. Oh, Professor Letter. Okay, he must not have an energy per turn. But we do have the Lysander in the discard pile to bring up this Genesect when he powers it up. So my opponent's going to be in a bad situation. There's 50 damage onto the Flareon. So yeah, 2 energies going there. So we'll get another Flareon down. Put another Grass down. Yeah, we'll Verse Seeker for Lysander. I think it's a good play. And we'll Tasting here. I was trying to get an Ultra Ball. Will this be found? We'll play another Battle Compressor. Discard some more stuff. I'll put a Mica Seed here. Hopefully not. We'll just discard the one Slurpuff. That'd be okay. And then we'll Vengeance here for 300 damage. We are going to town here. See how many Pokemon we have in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, that's 100. Yep, that's why it's 200. So you see our opponent get a Jirachi down. Probably get it in. Doesn't really matter. So in me to 3. We draw DC just in case he does get a. Well, he knocks out my Flareon either way. I was saying just in case he does get a enhanced hammer, but forget that he knocks out my Risen either way. But we're looking pretty good. He's just gonna take 1 prize off this Flareon. And next turn we do have the DC and a Ultra Ball to get another Flareon out. So looking really good right now. Let's see. So we got another Eevee here. We're tasting for 2. We will. Do I even need to propagate? That's the question. Put a DC on here. Ultra Ball these 2 away. Get another Flareon. Eevee here. Oh, I can't propagate either way. So we'll just Juniper here. I really want to save this computer switch. I want to discard this execute at the same time. That's fine. We'll send with this Flareon and Vengeance for 280. Kind of less just because we don't have a Silver Mangle. But speaking of Silver Mangle. So I think my opponent's in a really bad position. There's kind of no way he can win next turn unless I whiff an energy. But there's plenty of energies in my deck. We've only played 2 DCEs, 1 grass. We have 2 grass and 2 DCs left. Unless one of those is prized. But it doesn't really matter if one is prized because we have a lot of outs. Alright, so we see another Risen come down. See a Burst Seeker. I imagine my opponent gets another in, trying to slow me down. Trying to say, alright, you have to whiff a, please whiff a energy. Because, well, he needs to knock out this, Flareon right here is the problem. Did he get energy first? Doesn't seem like he got one. We're waiting to find out. Come on, PS3. Opponent sends in Deoxys, but I'm pretty sure we have a knockout right here. Regardless, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 130, 140, 150. So we technically don't have the knockout, but we do have the Lysander, bring up this Genesect, and Vengeance for knockout either way. So there you kind of see the power of Flareon against Virizion Genesect. And even if I didn't play against Virizion Genesect, you see that I could be swinging like 100 plus turn 1, and the next turn knock out that EX. So that's kind of the power of Flareon. You can see how fast it is. Both these games are really fast. The other game my opponent kind of conceded because he saw that Flareon was starting to roll, but Flareon's got a lot stronger with Battle Compressor. And I hope you liked the video. Like I said, this is my friend Justin Aaron's deck list. He did get second out of cities to it. He had lost to a Manectric kind of deck in sudden death. So that's kind of why he lost. But hopefully the quality is a lot better, and hopefully you like my webcam on the top right. If not, please say, Squeaky, what are you doing? Take that down, and I'll take it down. I have no problem doing it either way. But thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.